When I first built this bench about 7 years ago, I think I looked back on YouTube at one point where I began to build this bench and kind of, counted back how long I'd had this built and out here, and I think it's like 7 years. But I knew it was going to be an outside bench. I mean, personally, I would prefer to have a shop with a roof over my head and lighting so that I can film uh, and get really, really good compositions and really nice exposure and all of that. But I don't have that possibility, and so the only possibility for working wood that I had was to do it out here, and I did it. I've done it, and this bench has served for 7 years the way that it is. But when I built it, I knew it was going to be outside, and so I put it together with treated lumber and Type Bond 2, I think it was, an exterior wood glue, and I set it on cement pavers because I didn't want the wooden legs laying directly on the ground. It probably would have been fine since they're treated. Treated lumber is meant even to be buried in the ground, like when you build decks and things like that. But erring on the side of caution, I put it on cement pavers. And that works really well to an extent, but it has one kind of major flaw, and that is that it doesn't grab the cement pavers well, and sometimes it'll scoot one way or the other, either that way or this way or that way. Okay? Back and forth, whatever direction I'm putting force against it with. And I have dealt with that for 7 years because it's served. And you can look on this channel and see all of the things that I have built on this bench. So it might have been an aggravation, but it certainly wasn't a liability. But finally I got tired of fooling with it, and I've made a modification to this bench. And it does not move. It will not move at all. And when I had it, in doing it, I re-leveled it so that it's as perfectly level as I could get it, or within just a little bit of a bubble. I wanted it fairly level and even. So I want to show you what I did, because you might be like me. You might see my channel. I hope that my channel inspires you. If you have always wanted to work wood and use hand tools or power tools, I don't really care. But if you have always wanted to work wood and you never had a shop or the opportunity, but you've got a backyard, a place like this that you can build in, I hope that my channel has been an inspiration in that way, so that you've not let that stop you, or so that if you're new, you won't let that stop you, but you'll build. Okay, so I want to show you what I did. It's a really simple modification. If you look at the bench, if I drop down, you'll see that I think that's a 1x6 or 1x4, or I'm sorry, 2x6. Or 2x something, 2x4 or something, but it's treated lumber, and I just screwed that into the corner here and lined the corner of this and the corner of this cement block up so that it cannot go back that way. And then I came around to the other side, and I left this clear because this is where my vise is, and I didn't want to be bumping on anything sticking out here. Probably wouldn't happen, but I wanted to be sure. You have to excuse me, I'm swatting wasps that had built a nest under the bottom of my workbench, and I got rid of them, the nest, and they're looking for it. But then I came over to the opposite corner on this side and did the same thing using what I had, but it's all treated. And then I know that the bench will not move to the left or to the right. This corner will not move this way, and that opposite corner will not go that way. But there is a possibility that that back leg would go that way. And so what I did was, it came over here and I put a stop here. Now when I get another piece of wood where I can, I'll put a piece on this side like I did on the other two legs, and I'll put a piece like this on that opposite side away from where my vise faces. So the vise is here, so I would put it here. As I said, I don't know how long those will last, but this bench has lasted 7 years in the rain and the snow and freezing temperatures and burning hot and in Virginia, okay? And it's solid, it's not going anywhere. And so that was just a simple kind of solution. If those blocks wear out before the bench wears out, I'll just replace the block. But it should be much more of a pleasure to work on this bench now, because I should not have any issues with it scooting around and stuff like that. So if you are doing something similar to what I'm doing with an outdoor bench and you're having problems with it scooting and moving around, and you don't have it on pavers, get you some pavers and put it in the ground, put them on the ground underneath, and do what I've done, and it won't move. Now the other thing you could do is drive rebar into the ground up beside the legs, and then use some type of bolted something to bolt that rebar to the sides of the legs. You could do that, but whatever works. But this is a solution that might help you if you're in my situation, and it's why I'm posting this video. Bless you, and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.